Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we're back with the 1971 Honda CB350, and it has a starter problem. Let's see if we can get it sorted. So guys, you may remember from the last video on this guy. It's a friend of mine's, and we went ahead and put all the pieces back on it where it goes, so that's all back together. But the one, it's got some issues that we have to work out. We have to sort out the carb, and the big issue is that it starts really good on the Kickstarter. But no bueno right here. Starter button does not work. And I don't know about you guys, if it's got an electric start, it kind of helps to have it working properly. So we're gonna see what's the issue. It can only be in a couple of places, right? It can be here, it can be at the solenoid, or it could be at the, well, 4 issues, right? It can only be a few things. It could be the starter button, the solenoid, the starter, and then somewhere in between those 3 points. That's all we have. Let's go through and let's see if we can figure out what's causing it. So the first test we're going to do is to test the starter to see if that's the issue. Because if that's the issue, if it doesn't work, then we know we're going to have more work ahead of us. I'm going to use a jump box and see if it actually turns over. So I'm going to hook up the positive to the starter terminal, the negative to a good ground right here. Works pretty good. Come on. And the negative to a good ground. And then I'm just going to use my switch to see if it works. So let's see if we actually turn the key on. Starter works. So we know that the starter motor is good. Let's go move on to the next step. So guys, after closer look, reason why the starters, anybody see it yet? So guys, after closer look, reason why the starter's not working is it's not connected. How about we connect that sucker and see if it works? And I didn't even notice it because I just saw this guy here, and you just assume that it was just off. It was hiding it, and till I started looking at it a little bit further. So let's see if this solves it. Okay, let me just finish tightening this guy up, and maybe that solves our problem. Okay, let's turn the key on, see if the button works. Nothing. Let's see if it's working from here. If I jump the solenoid, still works there. So still haven't. Could be the solenoid, it could be this. I'm not getting any clicking, so I'm thinking it's here. This thing's a little sticky, so let's see if we can clean that out. Okay, pulling this switch apart. 2 screws underneath. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a problem, if you can see. Is we should have a yellow and red wire running to this button. Button doesn't work because it's not connected to anything. Okay, let me pull this guy off and I'll show you what we're missing. Thought it was going to be an easy fix. Starter's unplugged. That's why it doesn't work. No, it's a little bit more. So there's not much to this. This holds the plate down. This is what the starter button kind of actuates by. Right, you push all the way down. Let me get that screw out. Put it right there. Try not to lose it. This is this plate right here, which is rusty, so we can clean that up, because what happens is this spring pushes in here. I'll take it all the way out so you can see it. Just has a spring and a pin. This pin pushes through here to ground on this guy that's under here, and that's not where it goes. This guy. See, it goes and it grounds. It completes the circuit right there. So And it's supposed to be a yellow and red wire. Let me put all this stuff on this tray so I don't lose it. Put it back together. And the yellow and red wire is tucked in right there, which is not where it's supposed to be. Let's see if it should just pull out. Yep. Oh, drop these. So this guy, this yellow and red wire, connects to here. That goes into the switch, and then everything goes through. Let me clean up these parts, these guys, and the rest of these right here. Let me clean up these guys, strip that wire back so we can solder it back to this guy, back to that contact point, and then let's see if it'll work. Okay, so what I'm going to start with first is this guy, and what I really want to clean up is that contact point right there. I just have a little piece of sandpaper right here, and I'm just going to sand it to get the corrosion off of it. There we go. That should be good enough for that. We're going to do the same thing on this guy. I'm going to do this little point here, the little end of it. I needed to add a little bit more wire here, and so thankfully I'm a little nutty when it comes to this. I keep extra wire. I keep all the extra wire I pull off, because why not put the same color? And so it just makes it better. I just added about 1.5 inches, soldered it together right there. Just because where the wire had broken before, it didn't have enough room for me to be able to get this guy. That's why we did it. We're going to go ahead and put this thing together, see if the starter button works. Okay guys, so we have it all back together now. Let's turn the key on and hit the button. Make sure you turn the key off. So guys, there you have it. A quick and easy fix to fix the starter button. And we didn't have to spend any money. Well, I'm a huge proponent of repair over replace. So we went through, just tested everything to make sure it works. We made sure the starter worked. We found out that the reason why it wasn't getting power to the starter because the starter was unplugged. And then we found out that we weren't getting that we had a break in the wire in the switch. Fix the switch, and we're done. Guys, that's all it takes sometimes. We didn't have to buy any parts. We just had to chase it down. And again, when you look at this starter circuit, there's only 3 places, right? You got the switch, you have the starter, and then you have the solenoid. And we just traced it down. It's no different than any other component, any other system on the motorcycle. Know where it is, go after it, figure out what the next thing is. Fix the next thing to get to the next thing. And in this one, we had a couple of things to fix. We had to actually connect the starter, and then we had to fix the broken wire. Once we did that, it all worked. The great thing about owning these old motorcycles is you get to fix the first thing so you can get to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, right? There's always fixing the next one. But you've got to fix the first one so you can get to the second one. And this was such a great example of that. Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're in the subscribing mood, just wander on over to our friends, Brickhouse Builds, Gold Guy, Moto Mango, Ace Cafe, Bikes, Mile Zero Racers, Plan B Motos, Pete's Classic Cycle, and Lady Moto Bang. And give those guys a subscribe too. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day. Boy, it's so much better when you can just push the button. So much better.